It's going. Is it? Uh, is. Oh, the game might be loading. We're gonna try in game. Guess we'll see how it goes. Oh. Oh. There we go. Ooh, I gotta turn my volume down on my end here. That's a lot of yes, that should be better. Alright, yeah, here we are. It is Tuesday, February, what's today, February 9th? Yeah, today's the 9th. And, February 9th, 2021, and we are still playing Borderlands. Probably will be for a while. No reason to change. No one's complained about it. Granted, it's because there's nobody ever watching me, but hey, it still remains true that nobody's complained about it, so I want to go with it. Yeah, I'm Envira Boy. Sounds like some shitty Batman sidekick or something. But we're having fun. Sorry, my phone's freaking out on me. I don't really know why it's doing this. I think it's because the VPN is being goofy for some reason, and unfortunately I don't live a life in which I can just ignore my phone. I need my phone to be functional, so give me just a second. Just a second.
Oh, come on, let's get down. Come on, everybody. Check me out. I'm dancing. I'm dancing.
Okay, but not for real. Not for real, we're going. Alright. Yeah, I'm Envira Boy. I'm gonna be sitting here playing some games, talking about garbage, and just generally trying to have fun. Hold on, we're gonna choose my game. That's right, we are playing ourselves a Mordecai run through here. No specific goals in mind for this run through. I know a lot of times people will set goals for playthroughs, especially when it's a game they've played a whole bunch. I am not good enough at video games to bother with that, so it's just an enjoyment run. I'm not worried about anything. You might argue that I'm doing a completionist run just because I intend to do every mission, but I don't even count that as anything particularly special,
Over here.
because I do that every time. I do that every time I play Borderlands, so we're just gonna dive into it. We're gonna keep going. It's gonna be fun stuff. I'm still trying to shoot. My camera's right there. I'm still trying to train myself to not look at the playback, which is on my other monitor that's over there. And see, even when I'm referencing it, I look over to make sure that I'm pointing at the right thing. So bad at this. Why am I doing this? Why do they let anyone do this? Why did I have to go through any sort of vetting process for it? Shit, it's the wrong button.
Get your mans
Damn it,
here.
Bloodwind, get back here. Ooh, that's a nice shield. Hold on, I want to see that compared to what I'm wearing right now. Fire burst really isn't that useful for Mordecai either. I might buy that. I might do it. What's the cost? 11 grand, and I've got 18 grand. That's expensive. It's expensive. But I'm gonna do it. Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, why not, right? Let's see here. Golly. So I'm playing this. I'm also playing classic Borderlands with a buddy of mine. I've got a friend who lives out of state. Lives in a different state than I do. Why am I using this? Is it actually better? Oh, it's because it's got the... Oh, it's just got more damage. It doesn't have the fire. I don't don't know. I think I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna switch back to that one. We'll hold on to that one for just a little bit longer. But anyway, like I was saying, I'm playing this game. Dang it! I keep pressing F. I'm playing. So I play a lot of games at once. That's my thing in life. I love playing games, and so I'm always playing a couple different games at any given time. And so the problem is right now. I'm gonna sell that bad boy. We can, yeah, we definitely want to get rid of that bad boy. Hold on to that med kit just in case. But I'm playing this game. You know, I've got a friend. He lives out of state. And so we stay in touch by playing video games, you know, whenever we can. It's not as often as we both prefer, but we're not, you know, we're not college kids anymore. We don't have copious amounts of free time. He's working on getting some professional certifications right now in his field of work. I've, you know, got a job that actually requires that I be present and attentive to what I'm doing at any given time, so, you know, I'm trying to do that job and everything, so it's just, you know, it's hard for us to get too much time compared to what we like, but the point is, I got a buddy, and we're playing Borderlands, except that we're playing the, you know, true original Borderlands, just standard edition that was released on the Xbox 360 using our individual Xbox Unos. Standard freaking me out, man. Freaking me out. But yeah, we're playing on our Xbox Ones, virtual consoles, so we can play our old 360. And let me tell you, this Game of the Year release here on PC, significant improvements. It is a significantly different experience. There is no doubt about that. Hold up, I need to do some stuff here. Hold on. I need to come over here. Let's see here. It's gonna be goofy here. Is there a way that we can? I feel like this is such a choppy video, and I feel like we can do better. You know, I feel like we could be doing better. But I don't know how to change it because I don't know at all any of the software that I'm freaking using. I have no idea what software I'm using. Well, I mean, I know what software I'm using, but I have no idea how to properly use it. Because I think the problem that we're running into is the game. The game is operating on it's operating at 50 FPS. I've got a frame locked because that's what my monitors are locked at because I'm poor and I don't have super up-to-date gaming equipment. So that's what my thing is locked at, and I can't. There's got to be a way to modify this so that it matches. You know, and it might just be that the game or the capture is locked at 30, and maybe I wonder if it'll be better. Let me get into the game, and I'll just let's see options. No, not audio. I'll go back. Video. Shit. Frame rate locking. Let's try 30. Did that save it? Let me make sure that saved it. Okay, so we're locked at 30 FPS. So I wonder if that'll make a difference. I mean, I'm definitely noticing a difference when I'm playing. And like one of the things that I'm struggling with too is it's hard for me to tell when I'm looking at the playback feed whether the jitteriness is just because it's going through multiple filters by the time it gets shown back at me, or if it's because it's actually what everyone else in the world would be seeing when they're watching. But see, I'm looking at it and it doesn't, at least on my screen, it doesn't look significantly different in terms of playback quality. So I think once I'm safe, I'm going to bring it back to 50 FPS on the screen, because I want to see my game better. Game is the biggest stance, maybe, but I don't care. I'm probably like, I'm not getting paid for this, so I'm gonna make sure I enjoy it. Go. Yeah, I don't notice anything being significant. So we're going to go ahead and put it back to 50 hertz. Yep, okay. Yeah, I definitely noticed a difference on my end. I don't know if it's, and I'm looking at the feedback, or the playback loop there, and it definitely does not appear to be significantly different. So we're just gonna keep it like this, and if it's making things jittery, then, you know, that's a real shame, guys. It's a real shame. But I don't care because there's no one watching. Because I'm a nobody. And you know what? That's okay. Honestly, I think one of the nice things about being a nobody is that it definitely takes a lot of pressure off. Right? Like, I don't need to worry at all about meeting anyone's standards. Because there's no one here imposing standards upon me. And that's the way I like it. I am excuse me, I am a-okay with that. Let's get some of these guys on fire. We'll go take forever and a half to reload. Some low level and a it's one of the problems with playing this game. Oh, man, I might have to turn down the mouse sensitivity though. I'm struggling. I might pull out. I've got a mouse pad. I don't always use the mouse pad because I've got just a generalized desk mat that usually works pretty well. But I might pull out the extra desk mat to make it a bit smoother. I feel like, you know, maybe there's a bit more humidity. I feel like the mouse is sticking a bit on the pad. I feel like that's a lot of why my game is jumping around. In addition to the fact that I'm just garbage at games. Like, I'm not a professional gamer. There's no... There's nothing about that. Why don't I play some Borderlands 2? I have played Borderlands 2 to death. And I love Borderlands, and I started playing this one just with the idea that I would, once I'm done with this one, go on to 2 and then just kind of work my way through the series, because I love all of them. And the thing that I think is awesome about Borderlands is I don't think it's really changed. Like, I think I can still play it, and it's just as fun to play as it always was. So that's kind of the primary reason there. Is I just, you know, I think Borderlands 1 is still an awesome game. I feel like it doesn't get played as much either these days. Like, I think because of how great Borderlands 2 is, everyone just kind of goes for that one by default, which is, you know, understandable. But I don't know, there's just, this game holds a special place in my heart. I first ever played this game, it was my freshman year in college all those years ago when it kind of first came out. I played it and it just, like, yeah, I mean, you know how it is, people, you good times in your life, especially with, like, the glasses and all that. Whoa, big guy. You know, and so you just, it's got a fondness in my heart, and I'm always going to love this one more than probably any of the other Borderlands. Even Borderlands 2 is pretty arguably better. I can definitely copy that. Whoops. Don't get him. Ah! Oh. Shotgun only has 2 bullets. It's the worst. Ow! Die! There we go. Hey, leveled up. It was worth it. Yeah, I see you. Uh-oh. I hear that screech. There he is. There he is. Ah! I want to get the headshot out of it. Oh no, why would it reload? This is terrible timing. Oh boy. Okay, let's see. I gotta level up, don't I? Okay. Going straight rogue. There's nothing wrong with just getting some more speed and damage. Swipe is fun. Damage converted to health always goes well. And then the reload speed is a good one too. Could use that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I really feel like I could use that right now. Just a little bit extra reload speed. I've definitely been feeling the. Whoa! Where'd you come from? I see you. Go.
You like that? You're getting away from us.
Yeah, I heard you guys back here.
Wherever you are.
Like the wave always throws me off. I'm trying to judge the bullet path with the wave. Excuse that I use when I want to hide the fact that I'm just garbage at video games. Ooh, what do we got? Good for silent. Ooh, solid transfusion grenade. I will accept that. I will accept that happily. What am I even doing? I don't even remember what mission I'm doing, man. Oh, I'm doing the mine gate key. Okay, that's cool. I don't even remember what I'm doing. I just gotta sit down and I just start playing. I love this game. You kidding me? This game is awesome. Oh man, already I'm looking at that reload speed. That was the right decision. Uh-oh. Oops. Come on, I just kind of hoping I could get him lit on fire before he got him. There we go.
So big, so angry, so dead.
So dead. Got that right, Mordecai. He's so dead. I say you, he dead. That's right, this little area. Whoops. I think I was reloading right then. Before it pop. There he is. There we go. Who else is here? Who else is here? Apparently no one. Is the game just gonna do that thing where it waits for me to get in the center of everything and then spawn everyone immediately? I definitely hear people talking and screaming, but they're not showing up on my screen. Aha! I should. Why did I? Yeah, so right. Man, I should have done that. An easy pick 'em off moment there. Where's the sniper? There we go. Okay. Go. Sometimes that's all you gotta do. You just gotta wait for him to walk right in the crosshairs. Gotta love dumb AIs. Your body language does not match your screech there, little man. See him. Oh, burning cycle. I don't need to bother with these. Ah, did not explode. That was on me. I was not reactive enough. I should have gotten that guy. I should have been able to get him. Who's down? Is he down? Coming up.
It's time for my power.
Whoa! Whoa! What on earth? Oh, He's got a shock weapon, that's why. I was like, what is happening? I thought there was a barrel explosion or something. Alright. It's not a great one, but I'll take it. I will take it. I love, you know, I think, I don't know if you're still watching Aiden Rat. One of the other things that I really am enjoying about, whoops, I almost overjumped that. One of the things that is really drawing me to playing 1 here is this is the first time I've played the Game of the Year edition on PC. So it's this version of it to me is extremely refreshed. Because I have, ever since first getting Borderlands 1, I have only ever played it using my like classic Xbox 360 disc. You know, I was saying before, I got a buddy I keep in touch with through gaming, and he and I have recently been replaying this first Borderlands here again, and we're playing it on our Xbox One with our classic 360 discs, and it is just completely different experiences going between the two. 100% different experiences. There's no question that this this version of the game is incredibly refreshed and just a very different game experience. Am I ready for Sledge? Yeah, I guess I'm ready for Sledge. Okay, we'll go do Sledge. But yeah, it's an entirely different gaming experience, and I think that's part of the reason why I'm drawn to playing here, playing this first one, again, because it just I feel like I'm playing in a completely different game. I gotta change my loadout here. We're gonna pull out. Gosh, Bone Shredder just isn't even gonna be useful. It is such. Oh my gosh, all of these guns are so many levels behind where I'm at. I really need new guns. I'm like level 15 here, and I'm rocking level 5 guns still. This is. They don't have a gun dealer vendor here. Shoot. Yeah, I need more weapons. But yeah, I think that's part of the reason why it just, like, I'm drawn to it. Because it really is just completely different experience. It's like the menus are completely different, you know, because I was just playing, the classic, the classic version on the 360 disc just earlier today, and it is just a 100% different experience. And I absolutely adore that. I love it. I love that they sort of refreshed and brought it up to speed. I think that's so much fun. But yeah, you know, if you're looking for why I would choose this one over Borderlands 2, there's a lot of reasons. But yeah, it really comes down to I love this game. I love this game, and I want to keep playing it. Let's see here. What could upgrade the combat rifle? How much of these? I can afford one of these. I'm gonna actually hold off in case there's a situation in which I can buy a better gun instead.
Take 'em out! All right, boys, take 'em out!
There we go. That's a good start. Guess I shouldn't worry too much about my gun levels. I'm clearly doing a significant amount of damage here. I just blew up a bunch of guys with a single bullet. It's pretty sweet. I hear you. Oh, I always forget it. It's only got 2 bullets. Whoop. Ah, that'll work. Oh, yikes.
Come on, little one. Time to die.
Get that other shot off. There we go. There we go. Did not handle that as smoothly as I should have. Crying out loud. Get out of here. Get out of here. everybody. Gosh, yeah, this game always floods me with so many memories. The good old days. This mission was the first mission I ever saw of this game, going through Sledge's bunker here. Cause I hadn't heard about this game really until some of my friends that I was living with at the time got it, and I walked in on a couple of them playing this game, and I saw it, and it was like so visually striking to me at the time. And I was just like, what on earth is this game? Of course, that was just the beginning of it. And then, you know, from there forward, it was, who's shooting at me? Who's doing that? Who's doing that? Hey.
Come on, little one.
How did I miss that shot? That's just embarrassing. Standoff. But yeah, it was so visually appealing to me. Like, I thought, at the time, you know, there's been plenty of games with different, unique stylistic approaches, and if I'm thinking about timeline, I mean, this sort of semi-cartoony style, while this is obviously much gorier than others, like, there had been at that time other games that sort of had this look about them. One stands out in my mind is, what was that skating one? Jet Set Radio, right? Is that what it's called? It's like you're like it's the rollerblading and you gotta make the sprays and stuff. Oh shoot! Oh man! Oh, he almost got me. Almost got me, man. There we go. Yeah, like so there had been other games, but I hadn't really been exposed to them at that time, because like my childhood, it was a good one, but it was pretty sheltered, all things considered. You know, my parents were like strict adherents to video game ratings and stuff like that, which, you know, I don't blame them or anything like that. That's just the lives we lived. You know, that was my upbringing. And so I had never really been exposed to these types of things. I'm just making sure. I think to get Claptrap, I gotta go further and then double back. I can't. Yeah, because he's gonna be down there. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. But yeah, I had grown up in an environment that didn't really permit for games. Like, my parents, they were adherents to you know, the age requirements and restrictions of movies and games and stuff like that. So, you know, when I was in high school, I'd gotten old enough that I could buy myself, you know, M-rated games and stuff like that. So I had started to get sort of exposed to, like, good games and games that weren't just like, you know, the SpongeBob movie game and stuff like that. But not much at the time when I had first gone to college. And when I set off for college, I sort of achieved what my personal goal was at the time, which was to get myself a little bit of distance and freedom from all that, you know, freedom to just do my life how I want to do my life.
Should be.
So this game, for me at the time, really represented a departure from the safe, same old, like I had lived up until that. Ooh, I haven't had one of these yet before. Hell yeah. Yeah. Blackjack rescue. Hell yeah. So we gotta go back a bit. So yeah, I think that's part of where my strong attachment to this game comes from. Is it was really my first foray into, you know, a game intended for adults that wasn't Halo. Because that was like the one exception to, you know, like with every kid at that time, Halo was like the one exception. You know, somehow us kids, at least where I grew up, we managed to, all of us collectively, convince our parents that Halo wasn't actually deserving of them censoring it out of our lives. You know, we somehow managed to make that argument successfully. So we were all playing Halo. For me, it was convincing my parents that it really wasn't that bad because it was all aliens, right? They didn't like They didn't really like games that required you to shoot other people and depicted violence towards other people. They didn't care for that stuff. So I was able to get away with Halo by saying, no, you're just shooting aliens. Don't cry. You know, I felt so proud of myself for being grown up enough to play Halo. At the time, that was like in middle school. Such a little shit back then. Sweet.
Hey there, stranger. Right this way.
But yeah, like I think that's one of the reasons why this game is just such an important one to me.
And open! Yes!
Yeah, it represents a really cool time in my life for me. And I'm really glad that I have sort of the memories and experiences that this game provided, right? Because it was at the time, you know, some of my best friends in the world, you know, we were playing, you know, we would sit and we'd play this game, and I remember, like, through that first year of college with this game, we played this game and nothing really matched up to it to us, and so I can remember playing through most every character over the course of that year, and you just play with different people, you know, if you need them to be able to play. It's kind of like, you know, we would just like take different turns pairing up with different people and play different characters so we can get like really diverse experiences. It was such a cool time. It was such a fun game for that, right? I loved it. And it's like the type of thing too where it's like my fondness for it sort of transcends the wish to recreate it. Like, I don't even know if I've ever tried to recreate that full experience of that time and those experiences with this game, because trying to recreate it just wouldn't hold up, right? Like, there's something organic about how awesome it was, and I wouldn't want to try to recreate that. I love playing the game for the sake of reminiscing and remembering. But, like, you know, when I think about those guys that I played with at that time, you know, thinking about it, I don't think I'm in touch with any of them anymore. Because, you know, life just, like, that's not even like a sad thing. Life just pulls you in different directions, and that's okay. But, like, I wouldn't even want to, like, call them up and try and replay it, because, you know, it just wouldn't be that same type of magical experience that it was for us at that time, you know. Because we were all, like, freshmen or sophomores at university, and you know, we just were in that headspace. We were there together. A lot of us, that was really our first experience getting out into the world away from home, because I went to a university that, like, unless you're like, it was one of those universities that's kind of like tucked away from the rest of the world, and so unless you grew up specifically in the city that the university was in, you really were just from far away. You know, it's one of those isolated types of towns, and
So you want me to share, huh?
here we go. Oh crap! I'm full of junk. I'm going back and I'm selling all kinds of garbage. I'm gonna do it. But yeah, like, it just, you know, it was a situation and a time in my life that I absolutely remember so fondly, and I wouldn't ever try to change any of it or recreate any of it even. And that's what this game sort of represents to me. Playing this just sort of sends me back to that. Like, it gives me the chance to feel that comfort again, if that makes sense. Like, it's just a chance to chill out and remember good times, and it's like, and it's the type of remembrance that doesn't make me sad. You know, sometimes when we're sitting back and reminiscing, we almost get, you know, it's easy to kind of put yourself into a state of semi-depression almost, because you remember good times, and especially these days with COVID going on, just persisting for so long, you know, and dragging all of us down. It's so easy to feel like, you know, we're never going to be able to have those times again, and it's so easy to remember those times and think to yourself, like, man, are we ever going to be in a place like that again? But playing this game and remembering those times in my life, I don't get that same struggle, right? I don't feel that same sense of sort of longing for a time gone. I just remember how fun that time was in my life, and I'm content to have that memory and have that happiness that comes with the memory. See, look at this, man. This is ridiculous. How is the ladyfinger still... How is it still keeping up, man? It's a level 2 weapon. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. It's crazy. It makes no sense. But yeah, that's it's a long-winded explanation, but I mean, we're just sitting here gaming. We got time to go over it, right? But that's what this game represents to me. So I think that's why whenever I think about doing Borderlands runs, to me, it's not a matter of playing the most recent one. It's a matter of just playing this one and playing through the whole thing, because there's this one, and then it was like a couple years later, all of us, it was like, we were winding down and we pulled out Borderlands 2, and that one was for very different reasons, just as much fun, and it offers me that same sort of intense remembrance of a good time in my life. So it just, it's a scenario, it's a series of like, this game just represents I don't know, just something that is gone and won't come back, and that I'm okay with. I think that's what makes it so magical to me, is that I'm okay with the fact that I'm gonna keep using the combustion sniper. I mean, this one does do more raw damage. The fire rate's up there, but honestly, I think that Malawan, I'm just gonna stick with it. I'm using it. I'm preferring it. But yeah, it's just, that's what it comes down to. That's where my affection for this game comes from. And so here we are. Here we are, just playing the same game and loving it. Transfusions. Sorry, I'm just marking up things I want to get rid of. Sell all this. Sell items. And, the other thing it's important to remember is, like I say, I'm realistic about the nature of me streaming here. I'm a nobody. I've been doing this for, it is now, after today, it will have been 1 full week of me trying to stream. So I don't have an audience I'm trying to please. I'm just sitting here trying to have fun, because I think that's going to be the best way for me to, if I want to seriously develop any sort of following or fan base of any level. I think the best thing for me to do is just sit here and have a good time, right? Because that's when we're the most entertaining, isn't it? Like, we don't watch, people don't watch their favorite streamers necessarily because they want to watch footage of a specific game. They watch them for the personality. So it seems to me like the smart choice here is play a game that puts me in a good state of mind, puts me in a good place to just sit here and chat, because I'm still trying to figure out exactly what my voice is, what my angle is. I've got ideas about, what I want to present with my channel, how I want to present myself, and stuff. But really, I'm still very early in the stages. I'm just trying to figure out what my voice is, trying to figure out what my place in this whole streaming concept is. Because the truth is, I don't really know. I don't know who I am in that context. I've never had to try and figure that out before. I'm just starting this. It's just an idea I had that I wanted to try this, and so I just thought, screw it. The only thing to do is to go for it and give it a try. So that's what it is. That's a lot of screeching. So that's kind of where my head's at. Go ahead and stay there. Whoa! Well, that's what I get for just trying to stay there. It did not work out well. Ooh, boy. That was so stupid of me. Oh, man. But yeah, no, I think, I hope I'm on the right track with that. Just trying to think about presenting who I am. I think I've got some entertainment to offer. that there's an audience for somewhere. I mean, what I've said, and what I said to myself, you know, and it's where my moniker EnviroBoy comes from, is I really want to use this as a platform to have discussions with viewers about environmental health, right? Because that's what my day job is. That's what my profession outside of sitting here.
You found an explosive weapon. Shots fired from these weapons have a chance of exploding on impact for massive damage.
What? I know exactly what an explosive weapon does. I'm actually not a big fan of the explosive weapons in this game. I know some people adore them. For me, I much prefer shock, corrosive, and fire. I just think those are more fun. But, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, just trying to find my voice. Figure out who I am in the context of streaming. Because I think everyone's different, and I think that's what stands... that's what helps people stand out. I mean, even just being good at games, I feel like, has a limited value in the streaming game, because there are so many people who are good at these games, you know, just by pure saturation of the market, you know, of people who play video games. There's so many people who play video games, which means there are so many people who are good at playing video games. You know, so I don't even think, like, I'm not even worried about whether or not I'm good. I mean, I'm decent. I'm getting through Borderlands here without too much issue. I'm certainly not the best at this game. You guys are probably laughing about. Right? But that's not my gimmick. And like I say, I think there's a certain saturation. I mean, there are plenty of professional gamers. And there's a market for that, don't get me wrong. People love watching really good gamers, but the fact is that market's saturated. I mean, how many awesome players of, like, how many awesome Smash Bros. Players are there? Right? There's so many people who play Smash and are just absolutely insane how good they are. And for me, I mean, I'm almost 30 here. I can't keep up with that. I can't keep up with the reflexes some people have gotten, because video games has always been a hobby for me. I never was competitive. Like, I've just never been into, like, the online multiplayer. That's never been my scene. And I'm okay with that. But it means that if I'm going to be trying to figure out what my value is as a streamer, it's probably not going to be as a straight up, you know, power gamer, someone who's excellent and amazing and pulls off, you know, the 360 no scopes and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's just not who I am. Never has been, never will be, and I'm okay with that. But I gotta figure out who I am. I have to figure out who I am. And right now I'm Christopher Walken, because I think it sounds fun to do this voice. Oh my god, this guy's insane! He's out of control! Jeez, oh Pete, man. I gotta remember to not get distracted by the Oh god, they're blowing up. Oh, he's throwing grenades. Save me. Save me. God. He's complete pandemonium right now. Let me help me. No. Alright, see, but now here's where... Yeah, see, that's why. That's why we don't kill them prematurely. We need them. I don't think oh god! Got him! Get out of here! I don't need you anymore. Get out of here. Little psychos. Woo! Okay, that wasn't that hard. It was fun though. And isn't that just the most important part? That we had fun. Look at you, see that? I remembered where the camera was this time. I didn't look to the right where the screen is. I looked in front of me where the camera is. Look, it's a good evening. We're learning and improving. What more could you want? Oh, that's right. I need to do that thing. Oh, yeah. Give me that.
You should be able to get into the mine now.
Okay.
There's nothing between you and Sledge, and we're one step closer to the vault. I believe in you.
I really wanted her to stay one step closer to the edge, because I'm about to break. Such a stupid joke. That was a terrible joke. But I'm proud of who I am. But I know who I am. All my non-existent kids are glad I don't have kids. Because boy, would they be embarrassed by me. Oh, I leveled up there. So I need, how far back did I level up? I feel like that was actually a while back and I just never spent my point. Do I want just some Bloodwing damage? I might just want some Bloodwing damage. No, you know what? I want some extra health. I feel like, especially early game, anything that gives you health back is such a boon. Because I think it's so easy to get stuck in the cycle of just being in trouble. Oh, they're back. Hi, guys.
It's time for my pound of flesh!
Where's it going? Uh-oh. Got it.
Like that?
Ride the wave, buddy. Wow, that's kind of embarrassing considering I tried to use a cool catchphrase there. Ah, man, this is just...
Look at what I've been saving for you!
I will. Screw it. Oh, where'd you come from? Get out of here. Well, thank you.
It's time! Burn up!
This seems absurd that there was more than this. Thanks, dude. Let me go help me out. No, we don't want that. Crying out loud.
It's
I'm
time
embarrassed.
for my pound!
I'm embarrassed. I did not handle that well. Ow, what? I didn't even see that guy come on. Bloodwing, what are you even doing? Okay, that's the last time I tried to use a bird inside. That's my mistake. I'm willing to grant that that's my mistake. Cop to that. Oh, I'm already at the...
Keep shooting!
Thanks, shot. I like the... I think one of the things I like about this game too is the fact is it's pretty. Borderlands in general, I think, is an easy game. It's an easy franchise. I feel like Borderlands is a game that they did not design with the intent of making things difficult and frustrating us. I feel like it was a game designed for the sake of just giving us a fun loot shoot. And that's it. And I adore it for that. I think that's such a cool thing. I think we just don't get enough of that ever. I think there's no such thing as getting enough of that. I mean, how do you think roguelikes survive? Oh, we got a couple of revolvers here. Let's see here. Yep, go ahead and get rid of that. Yeah, like how do you think a roguelike survives by... you know, it's because people just love that kind of game. You know, and why wouldn't they? Look at that, look at that. The Bone Shredder is just keeping up, man. It's keeping up. It's weird. It feels uncomfortable to have a weapon so far... Oh, wait, I don't want to compare that. I don't want to compare those. I want to compare these. There we go. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, it's so... I don't remember what I was saying. I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, it's so weird that, you know, a level 2 weapon is keeping up, right? Level 3, sorry. Level 3 weapon is keeping up. It's kind of how they designed the guns in this game, though, isn't it? Like that's just what they did. It they made it so that they all keep up, and that's pretty cool. I like that. I dig it. I dig it almost as much as I'm digging on James Brown.
First aid kit. Regret it.
Does that transfer? I don't think that song's actually all that well. What is it? Tower of Power? Is that what the band name was? Yeah, that's who it is. Tower of Power. Digging on James Brown. It's a damn good song. Love that song. Through all them changes, bam, bam. I still came back, bam, bam, bam. Dealt with all the issues, bam, bam. Some psychotherapy, bam, bam. One thing that I found, bam, bam. I still be digging on James Brown.
It's come to our attention that you've been at war with elements of the local population, and you've now been contracted to assassinate one of their leaders. This type of unsanctioned mercenary activity undermines the stability of the region.
What?
You have been warned. These continued insurgent activities will not be tolerated. Abandon
Whatever.
this futile pursuit and turn yourself in while you still can.
I ain't doing none of that. Time is right now. 8 o'clock. Okay, we're at an hour. I'm gonna take a quick pause so I can make pity whistles. Just go take care of the biological stuff that my body just insists upon doing. Ugh. Yeah, we're just gonna do that really quick. I'm gonna pause. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. I don't think that matters because there's not that many people watching, if there's anyone watching at all. But still, I'm gonna do that. It's just really quickly. I gotta pee. It's just how it goes sometimes. Okay, hold on. Alright, there we go. We're back. Oh, wait, hold on. We need to go. We need to get our game back out, baby. Alright, we're back. We're back. My biology is taken care of. And that's always a good feeling. For sure. Alright, you know, work my way back. Is there... Arid Hills. Is that where I'm at right now? Hold on, wait, where's my map? Yeah, we're in the Arid Hills, so I might as well take care of Mo and Marley. Yeah, and I'm high enough to do that. Let's take care of Mo and Marley. Let's do it. Nothing to it but to do it, baby. Oh shoot, hold up, there's something I need to change back real quick. Oops. Come back. Come back, game. Game, please come back. You can blame it all on me. What is going on? Why is my computer freaking out on me right now? Resume. It's, oh man, my computer's freaking out. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I think the game's gonna crash. No! Oh, everything's crashing. Gosh, I should have known better. This poor computer, I'm pushing it so far beyond what it's built to do. And I'm aware that an error occurred. But if we could just get my game going again. You're embarrassing me in front of my 0 viewers. Play. Well, we're here again. Just waiting for the game to load up. I should have known better. I should know better. I should know better than to have tried that. You know, like, I really should know better than that. I know this computer struggles. I got myself on a wait list to upgrade. You know, I got myself on a couple wait lists for waiting, options, video. Why would I want windowed? I want full screen. There we go. Yes, keep that. I'm gonna make sure all my other settings are set.
I'm over here.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think we're good. Yeah, I got myself on a oh shoot, it's got us back at sledges. I hope it auto-saved me. Yeah, okay, good. It auto-saved me having completed that. So we're probably just gonna have to listen to Crazy Lady talk again. But yeah, I got myself on a wait list, a couple wait lists to try and upgrade the GPU for this bad boy. Which of course, like, I'm running on like 8-year-old technology. You know, like, this computer was a budget build using older parts that I built like 5 years ago. So I'm running on pretty old technology. And it's just, it's creeping up. It's starting to show. You know, it's, when I first built it, it was like, yeah, we could set high to ultra settings at 30 FPS, 1080p, no big deal, right? But now that, like, monitors are getting better and games are getting more complex, it's like, you know, occasionally I run into 1 or 2 games that couldn't, you know, I had to be on medium settings, you know, and stuff like that, and it's just, it's slowly been creeping up, and actually loading up this game is what really got me to realize that I need to really think about upgrading this computer if I want to keep up and be able to keep gaming on it. Because loading up this one, like, the auto settings are set to low on this, which it still looks beautiful to me. You're still beautiful to me, Borderlands. No, it still looks like a gorgeous game, but I think that's because Borderlands is, you know, like I was discussing before, I think it's just a well-designed game. And, you know, the art direction they took for it was just such an intelligent choice for the sake of longevity of the game. Because the game just doesn't age. You know, the game always looks as good as it did the day it came out. Which is an awesome thing. Oh, yeah, baby. Did you see that lead? I got him. You know, it's an awesome thing, but the fact is, you know, we're stuck here on low settings, and you know, it doesn't matter so much the FPS because my monitors are locked at 50. You know, but I wouldn't mind upgrading a little bit, getting a higher refresh rate monitor. You know, it's time. It's time to do that. So I got myself on a wait list. I figured if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. By the sounds of it, based on current political leanings, we're going to be getting stimulus checks. And so I'm going to use mine exactly what it's supposed to be. I mean, you know, I guess it's supposed to be some people to make rent, which is just sort of embarrassing, the fact that we have to, that we expect $1,400 to be enough to suddenly make up for, you know, a year's worth of COVID-induced missed rents and everything like that. You know, like the concept of a stimulus really should be for what I'm going to be using it for, which is I intend to use it. I'm going to just upgrade my computer with it, you know, and I don't, like, I feel guilty in the sense of, like, it would be a good thing if I could find a way to effectively use my stimulus check to improve other people's lives. But the thing that I remind myself is I am struggling financially. Like, not in the sense of I can't pay my bills and stuff, but the fact is I've kind of maxed out the threshold that I'm gonna, like, the lifestyle I'm gonna be able to achieve as myself without, you know, suddenly having the endorsement of a billionaire who wants to adopt me as the heir to their, you know, billionaire throne or something like that. And so I don't know, I think it's complicated. And part of me thinks that I should feel guilty about using a stimulus check just to, like, freaking get a better computer and play video games. But the flip side of it is, like, I don't think I should feel that bad about it because I've lucked out enough that I'm in a pretty good situation. But, you know, the failings of our country really are not my fault. I am as much of a victim. I'm just a victim to a lesser degree than some other people. You know, I mean, I'm still 6 figures in student debt with only a 5-figure salary, and unlikely to see that increase to a 6-figure salary anytime before, you know, the age of 50. Like, I'm still stuck in a tough situation. So even though there are other people in tougher situations, doesn't mean I need to feel bad about the lack of toughness in my situation. Because the fact is like, you know, I was talking to my parents about this the other day. Like, I've followed the rules. You know, when you think about, you know, what do they always say to us millennials? You know, what do they always tell us we should do to succeed in life? You know, you go to college, get a degree, think about getting an advanced degree, get a good job, be fiscally responsible. I've followed those rules in my life. I have. I followed them, and I'm still, like, I can't afford a house. I can't afford a house, and I question whether I'll ever be able to afford a house. You know, because where I'm living, to be able to have the job that I have, you know, a house, like, the only houses I can afford are just, like, houses that are falling apart, and most people would consider a fixer-upper. But if, you know, I can only afford them to the extent of being able to survive in it, and I would not be saving enough money after mortgage to actually fix it up. So I'd just be stuck being house poor in a crappy, dilapidated house. You know, and how does that improve my station at all? So, while, yes, my rent is covered for my apartment, and so you might argue that, like, man, it seems weird that I should get that money. But the fact is like, you know, especially if I'm not going to use it to buy a house or something, the fact is, the reason I'm not going to buy a house is because, like, we're talking about a 5-figure, you know, savings account that I would need to be able to afford a house, and that's just not something that's realistic to me, and $1,400 isn't going to make that difference. It's just not. So I might as well stimulate the economy in a way that I can. And a way that I can is upgrade my computer you know, support the purchase and then eventually hopefully shipment of a computer part. You know, I might as well. That's as good a way to stimulate the economy as any other. You know, I'll be helping Americans with jobs continue to have their jobs because I'll be providing a need for said job. You know, it's like, what else am I supposed to do? You know, I am actively involved. I work public sector. You know, my job is all about creating better lives for all of us. You know, I'm an environmental health professional, so it's like, what else can I do? So, I don't know, that was a long rant to justify something that no one's even looking at, but I don't know, I guess I'm just kind of demonstrating that I have some internal insecurities about, you know, how I live my life and, you know, whether or not it's acceptable, which could probably betray a whole discussion about, you know, where my mental health is. But I don't know, I think it's an important discussion to have because I think a lot of people probably feel a lot of the same conflictions. Is that a word? Conflictions? Same conflicts. That's what I'm looking for. The same conflicts inside of them. Right? I think it's a common feeling to think like, shoot, there are starving people. Why should I be able to buy something fun with what is meant to be a life-saving resource? Like, wouldn't it be better to, you know, my rent is paid. Wouldn't it be better for mine to go to a family who can't, you know, who has larger rent than the $1,400 one-time payment will provide? And I guess what I'm saying is, if you're one of the ones who is okay, it's not your fault that there are still people in the world who are not okay, and you don't need to feel guilty or obligated to make yourself less okay to help those people. You know, doing your part isn't sacrificing your own life and happiness and chance to sort of get ahead a little bit. Doing your part is voting for individuals who are going to help the greater good. You know, volunteering some of your time towards assisting a system that can help people, because really that's more so what we need right now, is we need people to help each other. Money is an important factor to life in general, no doubt about it, but it's not the only factor. And I feel like the average person can make a more tangible difference through, I'm gonna go finish off those things. I think the average person can make a more tangible difference by offering their empathy more so than, I'm just gonna go black. We're gonna go goth today.
We're going too slow.
Yeah, like I think offering your empathy is a more meaningful thing right now. Like, I feel like that's where the real deficit is. You know, I feel like, you know, because it's like, if people had more empathy, then we wouldn't have these financial struggles worldwide or nationwide, because people wouldn't be voting in and approving of people who act and govern selfishly. You know, if we just cared about each other more, I think a lot of issues would take care of themselves, because suddenly we wouldn't be so concerned about, you know, well, how does this politician impact the profit margins? You know, how does this program impact our tax dollars? Like, if people were just more concerned about, how will this help children who are starving? How will this help families who are struggling after generations upon generations of mistreatment and oppression? You know, like, if we think more about those types of things, I think a lot of the other problems sort of take care of themselves, right? Because suddenly we have people who are concerned with righting those exact wrongs. So, I don't know, this is getting pretty disjointed, and I'm not super satisfied with the nature of how I'm going about this conversation, because I feel like it's disjointed, but it's impromptu. And the fact is, I've got a lot of thoughts on these issues that just sort of rule my thought processes these days. I think these are better. I'm not afraid to say I am not a Trump fan. Never was. You know, there's not really, I don't think there's ever any way wouldn't even have to go back very far in history to think about when was the last time both sides of the aisle would have been livid and ready to convict anyone who had a role in what happened in the Capitol weekend, right? Like, I think that was an embarrassing thing. But what I think is most embarrassing is that we seem to have 50% of our leadership, of our national leadership, who is really unconcerned with the fact that there was pretty literally an attempted coup by literal Nazis and Ku Klux Klan members. You know, there's literally people. It's not even just that you can discover that that's basically flaunting that. They're proud of something that they're storming that happened. You know, and so we're in this state now where it's like, I think that's the most disturbing part of it all to me, is the fact that now it's apparently acceptable to consider that, you know, just another day in America. And I think that's indicative of the bigger problem. Yes, there's a lot of policy issues and in environmental health. I point to a lot of those policy issues that directly impact, in a harmful way, a lot of the progress America has made in things like America. But even that, I don't consider a big issue. I think the bigger issue is just that nobody cares about each other. You know, we all hate each other. It's so sad. Like, everyone just hates each other. You know, and you see that attitude. You just see it bleed through everywhere. You know, you go to the grocery store. How many people are, you know, sitting there causing problems for the poor 17-year-old who's just trying to save up for college next year, right? Like, everyone just hates each other. Everyone is so angry with each other, you know. And I think that's the bigger problem these days. And that's where it comes from, and that's why I say, you know, someone who's not starving right now shouldn't feel guilty about getting a free $1,400, because the fact is, I think we could all use that, and I think that if everyone used that even just to improve their comfort levels, not even necessarily, you know, do life-saving rent payments, I think if we were all just more comfortable in our lives, it would be a lot easier for us to just stop hating each other so much. And I think that's kind of the most important thing for us to be doing right now, is just trying to find a way, to not be so aggressively upset at the existence of other people, you know? Like, I think that's just it. I think that's the thing. People can't stand the thought process of different mentalities existing in this world. And God, it's so sad. It's so sad how upset people are about there being different mindsets. You know, I think it's a real shame. You know, and I know this is just a very, very long and drawn out discussion. But I think it all plays into each other. Like I say, I think it's true that one of our biggest issues is that we live in an environment where everyone just hates each other, right? You know, and I think that the fact that we'll sit here and be upset about how some people spend money that should probably be given to them in the first place. I mean, it's so weird to me that people would be against the concept of our American government providing people with this stimulus, considering that many of the people who would be against this are also the type of people who would sit there and screech about, you know, the concept of taxation is theft, right? Like, you know, this is giving us our tax dollars back. Shouldn't we be excited about that? Isn't that the same as a tax break? Like, that's what tax dollars are supposed to be for in America. And I think the fact that there are so many people against taxes is indicative of how poorly tax dollars have been used in this country. But the solution to that is no taxes. The solution to that is better governance. You know, so it's like, should people feel guilty about using tax dollars that are returned to them when they are, you know, the definitionally poor? Who cares how they use it? That's what it's for. It's for taking care of one another. I don't know. I'm waxing a lot of poetic. and I know that. Why did I not do that one? Shoot. Why did I not do that? Oh, that's right, because it reset and I just started following. Dang it. Oh, we'll go back. Go back and we'll start working on Mullen Marley. Why not? Yeah, I don't know. I'm talking about a lot of political stuff, and I mean, believe me, I'm well aware that I am not an authority on this type of stuff. I flatter myself enough to say that I think I'm smart in my own ways. I think I have a lot of knowledge in some topics. Certainly, politics really isn't one of those fields that I have a lot of knowledge in. My willingness to talk about it comes from the fact that I am privileged enough to be a fairly well-educated individual in general. You know, I did grow up in you know, a good school district. Oh, did they not respawn yet? Cool, I'll take a free pass walking through here. Neat. You know, I grew up in a good school district as a child. Went and got myself a degree, got myself a graduate degree as well. Pretty well educated, and there's a certain degree of, even if my specialty is in one field, there's a certain degree of general academia that sort of sticks with you when you go through all of that. That I do think, like, I'm not an expert in politics, but I think I understand things fairly well. You know, because you kind of, as you're exposed to all these things, you kind of develop a sense for, you know, the logic behind political discourse and how that all kind of comes to be. The rack. There's more of them. Oh, it's not the rack. It's skags. Fucking skags. Yeah, and it's like, you know, and I have opinions on this. And I'm willing to share my opinions. One thing that I think is important for me to make clear, though, is, like, I have my opinions. I am willing to listen to other opinions. I don't feel as though those opinions automatically deserve to be taken seriously, which is one thing I think we see a lot of issues with, is I think a lot of people get confused about the concept of freedom of speech. It's like freedom of speech affords you the right to say what you want. It does not afford you the right to be taken seriously or even heard at all. You know, so it's like but I try to be willing to listen and entertain just about any point of view that someone is willing. If you're willing to take the time to articulate a point of view, I'm willing to take the time to listen to it. And I think that's an important part. I think that I think that's an important part of discourse in general, is a willingness to share as well as a willingness to hear. Where are these stupid things? Why aren't they spawning? I don't understand what's going on. Why aren't they spawning? Is it, like, broken? Alright, let's go over here and let's just kill these guys and see what
We
they
got
have to
ourselves
say.
a hero here.
Yeah, I think an unwillingness to discuss politics is a problem. I think it's natural that people would have an aversion to discussing politics these days, considering how contentious that is. But I think that the unwillingness to discuss it just sort of exacerbates the problem. You know, we kind of need to take the opposite route. We need people to be willing to discuss it to the point that they're willing to actually, like, listen and consider each other. Yeah, this is one of them shotguns that just shoots rockets. We'll use it for a little bit. These usually aren't my favorite, but we'll use it. You know, why not, right? But yeah, I think you know, there's a willingness to yell these days and an unwillingness to speak at all. Like, those are the two takes people usually take, and I think those are both damaging positions to have on politics. I think it's good for people to discuss. I think it's necessary for people to discuss. I think all in all we're damaged by people being unwilling to put themselves out there and share their opinions. You know, and I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is and try to, you know, explain what my opinions are and what my points of view are. But with that, I feel like there's sort of like people don't respect this. There's an inherent responsibility that comes with sharing a point of view. But that inherent responsibility is a willingness to hear and entertain other points of view. You know, I think you have the responsibility if you're going to share. I think you sort of have a natural responsibility. You know, there's like an innate requirement, at least there should be, that if you're willing to discuss, you're willing to hear out what other people say about it. You know, I think that's a necessary thing about it. Otherwise, you know, otherwise well, nobody wants to talk to you. So, you know, what did you gain by let other people share theirs? And so I guess I say that to say I'm sharing my opinions here, but I want it to be known to anyone. I mean, I guess it's anyone who watches the replay, because I don't think anyone's watching it now. I think my thing says one viewer, but I'm pretty sure it's just like one of them bot viewers that shows up. Which I'm not gonna complain about it. Also, my viewer numbers might give me a little bit more exposure if we can tack on and get like 1 or 2 people here and there. But yeah, so it's like any time I share an opinion, if there is someone watching, you're more than welcome to dissent and discuss what you think is right or wrong about my opinion. I'm totally open to that. You know, the only thing about it is just make sure you do it respectfully. You know, make sure you're not sitting here. Make sure you're not sitting here, you know, intentionally being rude and ignorant about it, just trying to fight about it. You know, as long as you're not taking that stance, then I'm all for hearing other points of view, wanting those points of view. It's the lack of varying points of view that I think is what has largely gotten us into this problematic state that we're in. So anyway, that's a really, really, really drawn out way of saying I'm gonna buy myself a new graphics card with my stimulus check, and I'm gonna love it. You know, I work hard. I work hard for my money. However I get it, I'm gonna use it. I'm not, you know, there's no silver spoon. It's my family name. We're middle class, always have been. We do well. We survive. We do well. We're white in America. We survive. Certainly. You know, you know, it's like I just think about like, you know, we're fine. My family, myself growing up, we're fine. But the flip side is, you know, my dad getting a degree would have fought in Vietnam. You know, he was in education, so it's like there's a bit of privilege. We're not the rich people that could afford to move to another country to draft dodge. That's not where I'm coming from. So I don't feel too guilty about. You know, I don't feel too guilty about taking advantage of assistance when it shows up, no matter how it shows up. You know, that's for doggone sure. I think the only people who shouldn't be getting $1,400, you know, won't use it, who aren't excited about it simply because their perspective is, what good does $1,400 do to me? That's a drop in the bucket, you know. For me, $1,400, that's more than 10% of my entire savings that I've got right now. So, yeah, you better believe I can use that. You better believe I'm not, you know, fortunate son here. Oh boy, Elvis bag is even bored about them too much. Ooh, mama. Guys gonna be the Moe and Marley that I'm trying to put down. Like, this is the whole reason I came here. To kill Moe and Marley. They haven't spawned as far as I can tell. Yeah, I'm just gonna get myself We got a bunch of skags. Oh, there's Mo. We got him. We got him. Oh boy. Oh, he's here. Oh, they're both here. Oh no. Oh my god. Everything. Oh lord. Okay, I think the key is going to be to try and just focus on one here. Just try to get one down. Since if I try to do both at the same time, I think I'm just going to find myself overwhelmed. Yeah, that's not going to help. If I can take one down, pass it around. If I can just take one, like, here, I've already got Mo halfway. I think if I can focus on Mo, and get him taken care of, that's good, because I'll just, generally speaking, get less damage from all of that. Okay, hold on. I gotta change my loadout here. Like out of ammo of everything that I need. I wanna get a different. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm just gonna pull that out, try and utilize this for the sake of. Put that there. Boy, oh boy, this is insane. It's okay, we'll get him. We'll get him. Get out of here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. He's so close, man. He's so close. I'll get him down. Don't you worry, baby. It's almost there, man. It's almost down. There he is. Oh, yeah, we got to level up out of that, too. Oh, yeah. Yeah, hell. We're going to take advantage of that right now. Okay, let's see here. Ooh, I do like the chance to daze. I think that would be really helpful, the chance to daze. Oh, stupid bird. You got a freaking boss there. The chance to daze. Go after the underling. What are you thinking? Oh, I think this will do a bit more. I think it's a bit more DPS. Pull on straight up my nostrils. Oh, good lordy. Oh, I love this game though, man. This is so fun. This is just like this chaos of this is so amazing. Come on, get that critical. There we go, get one more. There we go. Woo! Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Get out of here. This doesn't concern me, whelp. Actually, no, it makes sense that there's bullets on the whelps, right? There we go, there we go. Kitty, not a good time, Kitty. Not a good time, Kitty. No, you're a terrible window. No. Cat. She has been such a turd today. This cat has been all up in my grill all day long. She's such a brat. I love her to death, but she's such a brat. Man. Oh man, this is close. This is close. Yeah. Whew.
So angry. So
You're a butthead. This cat. She's right here. Oh, she wants to snuggle. Come here. All right, you can snuggle. There she is. You can see her tail. I know. Hi, sweetie. I know, kid. You're a good girl. You're such a brat. Such a brat, but you're a good girl. Kitty. I know you don't like me picking you up. I'm not picking you up. Cat. Such a butthead. Bye. Oh, sweet. Oh, full. Really, you're gonna give me that crap when there's an artifact sitting right there? Alright, we'll drop something. I don't care. I'll show you what I care about. I don't care about no freaking. Actually, I should, before I commit to dropping anything, I should actually look and make sure I'm not gonna drop anything that I would rather keep here. I can definitely go. We did finally get a repeater that's better than our ladyfinger, though. Boy, that took some time to get there. I got the one launcher. Okay, shotguns. Yeah, we can finally get rid of TK's wave. And yeah, I prefer this shotgun to the. I'm just not a fan of the explosive shotguns. I think it just kind of defeats the function of a shotgun, right? When it's a missile. I just don't. I don't know. I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't like them. Grenade pods. Hold on. Let me just check all these here. Worse. Yeah. Sticky isn't bad, but I like those transfusion grenades. I like the like quick boost of health you can get from them. No, it's hard to beat that. Okay, so let's see. Let's go down. This thing is worth nothing, so we're just gonna drop that one. It's kind of worth nothing too. Drop that one. Drop those two. So that way we can pick up the purple and pick up it. That's right. Yeah, the elemental artifacts are. Why would it not just automatically be equipped? I mean, come on now. There we go. Okay. Bloodwing deals explosive damage. See, now I'll take that. I'll take an explosive Bloodwing. Are you kidding me? What's up with that look over there? Were you sniffing my slippers and now you're grossed out? It's a cat. You wanna come up? You want to come back up? Is that why you're giving me that look? Kitty. Psst, 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 psst. Leela, come on up. Come on up. Now I'm just going to sit here and stare awkwardly for a little bit. I'm going to stay backed up for a minute, so that way she can jump up if she wants to. So she does. She likes to stand there and stare at me, and then as soon as I get tired of waiting for her, she's like, okay, now I want to jump up. Of course, there's no reason to even bother explaining that. Anyone who understands cats at all understands exactly what I'm talking about when I say that. That's just what they do. This is what they do. Yeah, she's not coming up. She's like sitting down there bathing now. Yeah, she's cleaning herself. My cat is a very meticulous cleaner. She is obsessed with cleaning herself, and she will oftentimes, if I'm sitting and relaxing on the couch, or if I'm laying down on the couch, she'll come up and she'll start licking my hair. Yeah, she'll try and bathe me, which might be something that I should. That might be her trying to tell me something about my hygiene. I wash my hair every day. Oh, you butthead. You moved right before I pulled the trigger. Die!
What, you didn't like that?
Oh, boy. I mean, there's not really a reason not to just, I think experience points are experience points, you know? Oh man, that explosive damage is cool. Boom. Popping like gushers.
Somebody help!
No one's gonna help you. I'm just gonna get it. I'm just gonna knife him. Oh. I don't want it. Drop one thing, just pick up another thing to sell. Doesn't makes much sense if I just sell them all. Just kind of a pointless amount of extra stuff. I'm not fighting these guys. Screw that, man. There's so many of them. Forget heads of ass. I will go past them. And that's that. Yeah, like 6 barely worth the bullets. Actually, not really even worth the bullets. I mean, let's be real here. Alright, let's head back. You can taste the energy. I really shouldn't drink energy drinks. They're so bad for me, but they're tasty and they help. And they generally help keep me content and going. Okay, let's do a different color. I refuse to use the green because I can't tell that it's green. I want to use a bright one that I actually like know what the color is.
Time for a nice
Bright pink. Beep beep motherfuckers. Oops. Anyone who watched any of my other streams or previous things could tell that I have at this point in time given up on the limited to no swearing thing. I just don't have it in me. I can tone it down, but I can't no swearing, man. That's part of my vernacular. You know, I'm not a particularly sailor mouth. All things considered, but it was like a good now and then. Swear I heard my cat just now. I don't know where she is though. Also know what on earth she's complaining about. God bless her. I mean, I gave her dinner on time, and then I gave her her evening snack like I always do, because I got those little teeth cleaning, them teeth cleaning treats for her. You know, she bites into it, scrapes the gook off her teeth. Because I'm a good, responsible owner who finds a way to keep her healthy despite the fact that she won't let me get anywhere near her mouth. I'd be fine with, like, I would totally be the guy who's willing to sit there with a toothbrush and brush his cat's teeth. I'm absolutely that guy. Except that I like my fingers on me, and my cat would try and assault me if I tried to brush her. Isn't that right? Yeah, I see you down there. Yeah, do you have a lot of energy right now? Is that why you're freaking out? She's been very vocal today. I don't know what her deal is. She's an animal. I don't think she knows what the deal is. The guy here. Okay. Oh, what time is it? I actually don't want to get involved in this because I'm not going to be able to save my progress. So, because we're less than 15 minutes out from my usual finish time. So I think instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back out of here. I'm going to turn in those 2 missions that I still have. Oh, she's getting in my gym bag now. That's what she's doing. Weirdo. So I'm going to spawn. We'll just turn these in and we'll call it a night. It might mean that we're done a little early, but who cares? Because no one's watching. Ain't nobody watching, and that's okay. You know, I've said it a bunch of times. You say it like every time. I actually really mind that I don't have a whole lot of viewers. You know, like some people will pop in from time to time, say hi and chat, and I think that's cool and that's awesome. But honestly, I enjoy sitting here doing this. You know, I know it's irresponsible to use streaming on Twitch as a form of therapy, but I mean, truth is, it's kind of what it is. You know, it helps to just kind of sit here, do something chill, and talk, even if I'm just talking to myself. And like, I don't know, it helps add a sense of coexistence to everything. If I, you know, even just pretend that there's someone else chilling with me while I'm sitting here doing stuff that I like to do. You know, and knowing that occasionally there are some people who come along for the ride. it helps. It helps. And I'm not really embarrassed to say that. Fact is, just COVID's put us all through the ringer in a lot of different ways, and I think that nobody deserves to be judged for whatever it is they're figuring out to do to cope with it, because this is something that none of us have ever had to deal with, and probably never again will have to deal with. You know, it's like, how could we know that something like this was going to happen, and how could we ever be prepared to handle this?
I might not have
So I'm not that embarrassed about the fact
when you
that,
get shot, you'll be
you know, it
happy
does
I'm
help
here.
me to sit here, and even if I'm just talking to no one, just play a game, do something chill that I like doing, and, you know, do it in such a way that occasionally someone does drop by, and I get to share this experience with another human. Because the fact is, I sit in my apartment 24/7. You know, the only times I get out are when I go out to the gym to exercise bright early in the morning, which is why my gym bag is out right now. I get up at 4 a.m. so I can get to the gym when there isn't a big crowd there. Because I'm fortunate, one of the nice things about living in the city that I live in, you know, housing is expensive, but amenities are plentiful and affordable. You know, and so I definitely have benefited from that. You know, there's a 24/7 gym near me, and they're very good about requiring masks. I have witnessed them multiple times kick out people who are not adhering to mask requirements. And I feel pretty safe there, especially when I go in the morning and they have, you know, there's no one there. No one's, you know, because who besides me and like the 4 other people that are there are willing to get up at 4 a.m. just to go get on a damn treadmill for an hour while wearing a mask, just to like be inhaling the cloth while you're breathing in. It's like, no doubt about it, the mask sucks, but, you know, I hate anti-maskers because it's like they're not wrong in that it sucks. They're wrong to assume that it sucks is reason enough to endanger lives. Point is, you know, I don't get out much. I don't talk to people. I don't have the opportunity to do that. Life is just not in a place right now where it provides that for us. So I like streaming, even when there's no one here with me. It's nice. It gives me an excuse to do something that feels proactive because there might be people here. And so far, when there are people here, they seem pretty chill. I don't know, the other day I had a pretty cool experience while I was doing one of my writing streams with people coming in and, you know, sharing some of their homebrew stuff. It was fun. I had a good time doing that. And, you know, I'm looking forward to just kind of having those experiences again, even if they're short and fleeting. It's something, you know, it's something to do, and it just makes me feel more content about stuff. So I don't know, I guess at this point it's a couple minutes early, but I don't want to get involved in any other missions at this stage, because I won't be able to finish anything, and I'll just have to restart whatever progress I make. So instead, especially because there's not anyone here at the moment, looks of it, we're gonna just call it a session, and I think that's okay. You know, this has been fun. I dig it. I love, if for nothing else, I love just sitting here playing Borderlands. This game's a great game. It's fun stuff. I dig it. So for anyone who did stop by at any point, thank you. For anyone who watches the video that I will be uploading to YouTube of the replay here, thank you for watching. I'm looking forward to continuing this. I'm having fun. It's nice to have this time set every evening to look forward to. You know, it's something that I know I'll do, and I know that I will enjoy doing. So no matter how garbage the day has been surrounding that, I got something good. So yeah, so tomorrow, Wednesday the 10th, is that what date we're on? Yes, tomorrow, Wednesday, February 10th, we'll be doing writing stream. We're going to be continuing. I've been working on a shipwreck dungeon for my D&D world, and we will continue to work on that. I'm hoping we can finish that up tomorrow,
Now that you mention it, I
so we can
do
start
love
another
Star
dungeon and
Wars.
kind of keep going with what I'm working on. But that's on the docket then. Thursday we'll be doing another game streaming session. Friday again we'll be doing more writing, and then Saturday I will likely be doing some gaming. I'm toying around. I tried it last weekend. I think I still got to figure out what my rhythm for it is going to be. I kind of want to do a gaming fight companion whenever there are UFC fights that are happening on a Saturday evening. I'm a big MMA fan when there isn't a pandemic stopping us from doing contact sports as just casual hobbyists. I train a lot, and I enjoy doing that. and so it's something that I think could be fun. I think there's always more room in the world for more fight companions, and I think there's always room in the world for more MMA fans. So that's something that I'm going to be hopefully trying to share with people. So yeah, I guess that's the schedule as it comes up for the rest of the week. Unless something happens, that's kind of one of the benefits of not having a huge audience is I'm not going to be letting people down if something comes up and I can't actually stick with that. Oh, actually, you know what? I should amend that already. I will not be streaming Saturday night because Saturday afternoon I am getting my second dose of the COVID vaccine, which is a huge relief for me. I'm so excited about doing that, but I am planning to take the evening off because of that. Because I hear that second dose is the Pfizer vaccine that I'm getting, and I hear the second dose can really knock you on your ass. So I'm just going to plan on that, plan on sleeping on the couch the rest of the evening, because then later in the weekend I've been, strict, I've been doing some pretty strict isolation, all things considered, talking with my parents about how we feel about safety and stuff, and especially with me being vaccinated, my parents are insisting that I come visit them because it's a long weekend, so I will have the chance to see my parents for the first time since the holidays, which is going to be nice. So, so no stream Saturday. It will likely mean also no streams Monday. Maybe we'll be back to streaming on Tuesday next week, but that's a few days ahead of time. We will play that one by ear, and we'll have more up-to-date information later this week. So. Anywho, that's all of my schedule. Hi, Kitty. That's all of my schedule for all 0 of my viewers. And Kitty is going to come here and snuggle for the send-off. So, again, thank you for stopping by. Oh, no, there she goes. Thank you for stopping by, anyone who did. Just remember, people, be good to each other. Spread some goodness in the world. Make it a better place. And we'll see you next time. So, rock on. Take care, everybody.